Yo, Fit Fam, everybody ready to roll? Wednesday, April 29th, and today we are working on something I know everybody loves, pistols. Alright, so a couple different videos coming at you guys today. The first one, this one obviously, I'm going to give you an explanation of what we're going to do and an intro to how the day is going to go. Second one is going to be a pistol conversation, talking about mechanics. I want you guys to practice it, some ideas, different creative ways you can work on it if it is challenging for you, or different ways you can mix it up if it is something that you're really good at. And third and final video is going to go over what the core work is going to be today. So here are our pieces. 6 to 8 minutes of skill practice with pistols. If you are pretty damn good at them, you can err on the side of 6 minutes and just treat it like an extra long warm-up with some creativity. If we are not good at them, I'm going to give you a bunch of different ways to work on it, and I want you to take your time, get some good quality work in. Workout is going to be an 8-minute AMRAP. Everything's 2, 4, 6, 8, etc., etc. First one is going to be those pistols that we're going to put some practice in on. Second one is going to be step-ups, going forward onto whatever third movement you're going to do your box jumps onto. In my case, I have concrete front steps. I step up onto the second step and I try and jump onto the third step and step back down. Obviously for the 2-foot movement, step ups and pistols, 2, 4, 6, I want to refer to 1 each side, 2 each side, 3 each side today. All right, and then I will go over the core piece in a second. All right guys, pistol time. So if we have issues with our pistols, more than likely mobility issues, possibly even strength issues, there's a couple things we can work on today, or you can utilize these to warm up for your workout as we go through the skill session, okay? First one is a narrow stance squat. Feet are gonna be nice and close together. I like to turn my toes out a little bit just because I do that on my pistols anyway. And we're going to squat down to the heels. Notice I'm trying to practice good spinal position. I'm not just collapsing down and basically doing a high butt bend over onto my feet. All right. If we can get into that position well, it probably means you have a pretty good chance to come out of that position. So what I want to see is dropping down from here. If I need to work on that pistol position but I can't get to it and hold it, I can take the opposite foot, bring it up in the air, and then even work on coming up from there, okay? If we need to, we don't have the strength, I can always grab a set of rings I have here, a TRX strap on the wall, even use like a door handle or something along those lines to pull myself out. Now, if I have the range of motion, but I can't keep that front leg up, and I have the prerequisite strength, one of the things you could always do if you have a Bosu ball at home, and personally this is how I learned how to do pistols way back in the day. Yep, I'm that old. So, foot on, opposite upright leg out in front, and we're going to squat down from there before we push ourselves back through. Notice the heel has way more range of motion in which it can come down in front of us before it actually touches the ground, messes up our balance and timing, and throws off the pistol. One of the other things we can do, if you notice that you're the person that squats tends to fall back a lot because we either can't let the knee get as far forward as we want to, we don't have the core strength to keep ourselves engaged out in front a little bit, is take a weight and use it almost as a counterbalance to help me hold my position and work my way back through. Now, keep in mind, it is going to make you heavier coming back up, right? Like, you don't just get to add the weight and get the balance and not have to do the extra work from there. So, we have a couple different things. We can go into our squat, keep the stance narrow, come up from there. We can use the counterbalance on the weight. We can put the foot up on the Bosu ball. And then keep in mind there's the other things we've always done before, which is use the bench to squat to, sit your butt down on from there. If you guys want to get super creative, we always have the hollow rocking pistol. Shout out to my buddy Matt Stevens, who thought it was very humorous to challenge me with this myself. Took me a while, so if you guys are getting this on day one, I'm impressed. All right, back into a hollow rock, up into a pistol on that front foot. Play with it a little bit, especially if you guys are good at it. Try and find some fun and creativity in the position, and enjoy. Hello again, dear friends. Here is today's core work to finish it off. Inspired by the Boo, Amanda. For those of you in the know, you're in the know. For those of you that aren't, just pretty cool. So, Tabata of Each. As a reminder, Tabata intervals are 8 rounds of 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest, totaling 4 minutes. So, first movement is going to be a sit-up to extension, which I will demonstrate. Second movement is a Russian twist, again demonstration. And third movement will be a side plank crunch. If we aren't able to maintain the side plank position, you guys can always just, the crunch position, you can always just hold a side plank. So, all of these are going to be 8 rounds of themselves, 1 minute of rest in between as we transition movements. The goal is to maintain as close to the same number of reps on each round as you guys can. So there needs to be a sense of control here as opposed to just wild, reckless abandon. So, sit-ups. A couple different things you guys can do. We're all used to doing ab mat sit-ups. You can put yourself in an ab mat position. You can put yourself in a heels down, knee bent position. That is up to you. I prefer a straight-legged position for this movement. And I am going to take some kind of weight. It could be 2 dumbbells, 1 in each hand. It could be 2 kettlebells, 1 in each hand. It could be a plate. It could be a barbell. For the purpose of the video and space, I'm going to do it with a single dumbbell. I'm going to hold the dumbbell at extension above my shoulders, sit up into the movement, and keep that dumbbell flowing up in a straight vertical direction. All right, it's always kind of leading me out in front of my shoulders. Obviously, if it starts getting behind me a little bit, I'm going to drag it and it's going to be heavier. There's 2 things you guys can do with that. One is avoid it. The second is use it to make lightweight heavier. All right, second movement, something we've all done before, kettlebell, dumbbell, ball, plate, whatever you guys want to use, Russian twist, all right. Personally, I don't care if you touch the ground on each side, especially depending on what kind of tool you have in your hands. What I'm most concerned with is that you are controlling the movement and controlling the rotation through your core, as opposed to throwing the ball or weight side to side and letting that control you, all right? Now, last one, side plank. I prefer to do this on the forearm, just so we have the simplicity control. I can focus on my core more. I'm gonna set myself in a nice straight side plank position. From there, let the hips fall to the earth a little bit, and then flex the side of the abdomen, those obliques, and pull myself up into a straight line, maybe a little bit above that straight line. I know there's people out there that'll pretty much tell you to go to the ground and then flex yourself up into as much of a V basically as you possibly can. I tend to find that that causes pain in my lower back on different sides. Now, it's not much different pain than if I'm doing a single arm carry, but it's pain that probably doesn't necessarily need to be there. So with the side planks, it does not need to be a Tabata each side unless you want it to be a Tabata each side. I would go left, right, alternating back and forth 4 times.